Hi, and welcome to this video of Dynamics 365 Talk, where I'll be discussing the Dynamics 365 Assistant for Teams, which is currently in preview. Now, the Dynamics 365 Assistant can be accessed through the Teams mobile app, but you're going to have to make sure that obviously the integration between Dynamics 365 and Teams is enabled. But you also have to have the Dynamics 365 app installed in Teams. And you'll also need to have configured the Sales Insights Assistant, which is formerly known as a Relationship Assistant in Dynamics 365. So before we're going to dive into all of that, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Dion Taylor, and I am a Microsoft Business Applications MVP. Feel free to check out my blog at D365Goddess.com. Follow me on Twitter at D365Goddess or connect with me on LinkedIn by scanning my QR code. So let's get started. The Dynamics 365 Assistant for Teams is currently in preview, but I wanted to show you what this does because it's actually a very cool feature I found. So this is only available currently on the mobile application. So if you go to the Teams app for desktop, you're not going to be able to access this. So I figured let me just go ahead and kind of show you. You're all probably familiar with the Sales Insights Assistant that I just mentioned, right? That used to be called a Relationship Assistant. Well, you're going to be able to review some of those cards also now here in the Dynamics 365 Assistant for Teams. So let me just go ahead and show you. So you're going to swipe up this little stripey thingy that you have over here, and then you'll see all those applications that are integrated with Teams. So obviously I'm going to click here on Dynamics 365. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And then this is obviously Dynamics 365 Assistant for Teams. And you can see on the top here that currently this application is in preview. So let me just kind of show you some of the things that you can do here. You can see here that I have a section that's called Highlighted Meetings, right? And I already scheduled a meeting, as you can see, for this morning at 10:30 with these three people. So I can get a lot of information directly by drilling into that. So I can just go ahead and click on those folks that I have that meeting with. And again, it shows me the information that's living in my Dynamics 365 instance. So for example, if I wanted to learn a little bit more about Adrian, I can just click on that, and then I can see her email address, the account she belongs to, and some related insights, as you can see as well. And there's also a timeline section here as well. If I wanted to start taking notes, I can just go ahead and click on this icon directly from within here. I also see that I have this meeting tracked regarding this opportunity, which is called product order. So again, I can just go ahead and swipe to the side, which currently I'm looking at the opportunity information. If I swipe here, now I have information regarding that account that the opportunity is related to. And if I have a contact regarding that opportunity as well, I can again see that in here as well. I can just go ahead and click on the little three dots here, which allows me to open this record in Dynamics 365. Now, it doesn't open it in the Dynamics 365 app, even though I have that installed here on my mobile application. It's actually going to, as you can see, open it in the browser instead. And I'm not sure. Yep, I'm still logged in, so I can just go ahead and review, right, that information directly here in my browser. So again, there's a lot of information right here in this particular meeting, right? If I scroll up here, you can see some other related insights as well regarding this account. There's an email that was left unread, and there's another, right? The estimated close date has passed as well. And I just renamed this opportunity. So this was the previous name. So again, this is just related to this particular opportunity that you see over here. Now, there are also other types, right, of cards that we see here. Again, this is where all of our meetings would show up. And I can also access, obviously, these records that you just saw by directly clicking, right, on those records as well. I can do that as well. But we also have something that's called highlighted insights. And those are those insight cards, right? So for example, right, it's showing me close dates that have passed, opportunity dates that are coming up soon to close, and if there is no activity with particular opportunities as well. So that's kind of the difference between both of those types of cards, right? We have meetings, highlighted meetings, and then we have highlighted insights. Now, the other thing that's kind of interesting is that I can also go ahead and scan, for example, a business card. What that does is it actually creates a record, a contact record in my Dynamics 365 instance that I have this set up with. So currently, if I click here on the settings button here up top, if I click on that, this is where you can see the environment that you have this hooked up to. Right? So if you want to change that environment, you just click on this little arrow and then you can point it at a different environment. So that's where that record will be created. If I click again on Scan Business Card, I can then take a picture of my business card and I'm going to say done. And there's going to be, there we go. There's going to be some magic where it's pulling that information from the business card directly here in this form, and if I click done, it's actually going to create that contact record in my Dynamics 365 system, which is kind of nice. Now, the other thing that I can do, you already saw that I could take notes, right, directly from within here. So let me again drill into my meeting. If I want to take notes, I can just go ahead and click on that icon, that notes icon. But if I actually already took some notes, maybe I've written down some notes, I can actually scan those and upload them. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on my little phone icon, and here are my notes. And I'm going to hit that picture button. I'm going to click done. And again, there's some OCR type of stuff happening right now. And as you can see, now those handwritten notes have been converted into text. So I'm going to click on Suggest Updates. And it wants to create a task and it wants to create a note. And I can even go in here and I can make an edit here as well. Let's say we want to do 4-18. And then it's also going to suggest where I want to put those records. So I can just leave that on the opportunity, or I can say change the regarding record, and then I can just go ahead and update, and those updates now have been saved. If I now go into my Dynamics 365 record, let's do that. Let's actually refresh my timeline. You can see here that here's that task that just got created, and here is my meeting note that just has gotten created from the application in Teams. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's also a bot here as well. So I can just go ahead and click on that, and I can start asking questions to the bot. So you can start your question with the word search. And what that does is that's going to search all Dynamics 365 records, obviously that the user has access through, right? And so, for example, maybe you're looking for a particular account. So I'm going to say search datum. Let's see what it does here. And as you can see here, it's searching the database and it's finding account records, opportunity records, and also a contact record as well. Then I can also do show. So I can pull up records in a view. So I'm going to say show my open opportunities. Here we go. So as you can see, it's pulling up that my open opportunities view. And then from within here, I can, as you can see here, I can actually change to recent opportunities, or I can show more records, or I could just go ahead and open any one of those opportunities by just, here we go. It should bring up my, there you go. Here's my opportunity card, and then I can open this record in Dynamics 365. And again, it will open up my browser record. Then there are some other things you can do. So you can type in change environment, which obviously allows you to connect to a different environment. Let me actually do that. Change environments. And it should show you a card with, there you go, that configuration button on there. Then you can also click on or type in change app. So this allows you to select, a different Dynamics 365 app that you can connect to. And lastly, you can just go ahead and type in help, and that will take you to, there we go, that help page, which is going to explain about, there you go, Microsoft Team integration. All right, so this is great, but now let's take a look at how we can turn some of these things on. So let me just go back over here. So the first thing you need to do is in the Sales Hub, you need to go to Sales Insight Settings, and you need to turn on the Relationship Assistant. There we go, or the Sales Insight Assistant as it's called right now, formerly known as the Relationship Assistant. Oh, let me just go back here. And as you can see here, there is this agree button. This really allows you to click on that to agree to those terms of the terms that you saw in there. And then I can just go ahead and you can see these are already set up. I can click and manage my auto capture and my email engagement as well. Then you also need to go in here to advanced settings. And obviously, just go to administration, system settings, and you need to enable that integration, obviously. And here that is, as you can see, this is set to no, so you got to make sure you set that to yes. Enable Microsoft Team collaboration. Click OK. And I'm just going to click here on finish and OK. And once that's done, then we need to install the Dynamics 365 app in Teams. So let's click here on the dot, dot, dot. I'm going to click on, I'm going to look for Dynamics 365. Here we go. And we're going to add that app. And here you go. This is that setup window. So you're just going to go ahead and click on configure. And that now brings up this box. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to choose an environment that you want to connect that to. So let's just pick one over here. I'm going to click save. You're going to enter your password. Sign in. Cannot find data, so I need to change my environment. Let's pick another one. Hopefully that one has some data in there. Okay, perfect. So that's really all you have to do. You can go into settings here where if you wanted to go ahead and select a different environment, again, you can just go ahead and do that from here. So I'm just setting up my environment, my app. Save my changes. And even if I click on my dashboard, that's bringing in a Dynamics 365 dashboard, as you can see. So that's really all that you have to do to get this working. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and make sure to tune in again next week for yet another video. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.